Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I hope you are having an amazing day. Today we're going to talk about something simple, something basic, and something right at the heart of aquascaping and keeping aquariums in general. You may have seen it through the title, but today we're going to talk about water changes. Well, yes, you heard it right. We're going to talk about water changes. Something so simple, something that Yes, I know it's often overlooked, but honestly, there are really good benefits to having good water change cycles and habits. So today we just wanted to discuss about why this is so important, how to do it right, and what it can actually do to your aquarium. So first off, we talk about how do we actually do a water change, right? Many of the times you're gonna have a siphon, you're gonna have your tank. The water is probably 90% filled, right? The rule of thumb or the best practice is actually to change a minimum of 50% water. For tanks, I disclaimer, for tanks that have mostly fish in there. When it comes to shrimp, it's a whole other story. Let's not go into that. But most of the time, it's either water top-ups for those or very little water change. Okay, going back to the normal tanks. So we want to change about 50% of the water. You do that by siphoning out the water. So after you pull out the water, right, that tank of water or that pail of water, you can actually wash your sponges, your filter sponges in there, so that you don't have to run through tap water, which would pretty much kill a lot of the bacteria that's growing in there. Doing this, you get to clean all the dirt out of your sponges, but retaining the healthy bacteria or the beneficial bacteria that can be placed back into your filter. So you get the water out. Imagine it's 50%, right? Before you put back in your water, you're gonna add some water dechlorinator, tap water conditioner in other words. You're gonna put that in your water or put it in the pail, give it a small mix, and then after that you put in the water, the fresh tap water, into your aquarium. So you fill it up, water full. What do? You add your beneficial bacteria. When you change your water, there's actually beneficial bacteria living in the water column as well. I mean, there are those that are living in your sponges and filters, but there are also beneficial bacteria living in the water column itself. So when you're taking it out, you're also removing the good beneficial bacteria. And when you add in tap water, fresh water, these probably have close to none of beneficial bacteria. So what you want to do is actually you put in your bacteria at this point in time, so that you can add back the colony of beneficial bacteria that you have actually taken out already, so you balance out the aquarium again. So in a nutshell, that's changing water in very quick steps, right? Those you often do, and most of the time you do this as often as you can. So the second thing I wanted to talk about is on mature aquarium. So other than changing the water, right? So how does this apply to matured or more matured aquariums? I mean, these tanks have been running for a few months right now. Everything is doing well. Your plants, your fish, everything is healthy. Every sun is healthy. So why do we still need to do water changes? Let me tell you why. So when you're cleaning your tank, you're gonna put your algae scraper, you're gonna have your sponges that you're gonna use to scrape the glass, right? So when you're doing this, right, you're actually releasing algae spores into the aquarium water. And even though you're off your filter already, right, you're gonna have some movement in the water, and they're gonna move about in the water column, whether you like it or not. And these spores are actually gonna settle in areas of the aquarium that you don't really want it to be. And you know, it's really inevitable. You can't see it, you can't control it, you have to clean out the glass, but you don't want to create another problem, right? So that being said, when you're cleaning your glass, your hardscape or anything like that, you're going to release some of these spores, and when you do your water change, you're actually removing algae spores. Whether or not you can remove all of them, you're going to remove majority of them through your water change. So at least that is better than keeping them in the aquarium, and anything that has potential could really wreck the aquarium in the future if something goes off balance. The other thing is that when you trim your plants, everything is released, all your dirt that's caught in the substrate, all the detritus, it's gonna be dirty when you pull them up or when you shake it up into your water column. This dirt is full of nutrients, it's full of good stuff, but you don't want it in your water column because that's gonna cause more algae, right? So you have to siphon it out, you have to pull it out, and in that case you are pulling out the water again. So directly, indirectly, you're gonna have to reduce the water level no matter what because of your regular maintenance. So in doing so, you're gonna have to top up the water to fill it back to at least 80-90% of your aquarium. And I mean, as you're doing this, you're actually doing a water change. So why not, right? And the other thing is that if you're not doing regular maintenance, you probably don't do a lot of water changes, which is not very ideal for your tank. Then begs the question, what if we just started out? How important is it to have water changes? People are asking, why do I need to do so much water changes, especially at the start? Why do I need to change water every day, if not every other day? But it's all about getting the aquarium cycle. What do you mean by cycle? Because it's a bit hard to understand if you are the first time joining this hobby or if this is the first time you are actually keeping an aquarium. Very simply put, right, ammonia and nitrates is not good for your aquarium. You want to convert these to nitrates, which only good beneficial bacteria in your aquarium or ecosystem can do. At the start, when you're starting out, whether the aquarium is empty, full of things or anything, your bacterial colony or your beneficial bacterial colony is going to be at the minimum. You know, little. The little warriors that you have, right? It's very little, but you want to multiply them. And how do you do that? You add more beneficial bacteria as time goes by, right? During water changes. When you just start, there is not enough to convert ammonia and nitrates to nitrates. But when you do a water change at the start, it's because you want your tank to get more stable as quickly as possible. Normally it takes around 3 to 4 weeks to get the aquarium at least at the minimum able to maintain the amount of ammonia built, because ammonia gets converted to nitrites, gets converted to nitrates. Only then the nitrates can be used by whatever plants that you place in there. But how do we convert this? It's called the nitrogen cycle. So when you have the nitrogen cycle happening, right, what converts it from ammonia to nitrites is actually the beneficial bacteria. So when there's not enough beneficial bacteria, what builds in your aquarium is actually ammonia, right? A lot of ammonia, and then some bacteria will convert it to nitrites. Both of these substances are actually super bad for your aquarium. At the start, there's going to be ammonia spikes, right? But there's not enough beneficial bacteria that helps you convert this ammonia to nitrates and these nitrites to nitrates. So naturally you can get ammonia spikes. And when there are ammonia spikes, it's going to make your aquarium very unstable, right? Ammonia is going to go high, then your nitrate is going to go high, and somehow the ecosystem can't get going. And that itself is why you need to do water changes, because the beneficial bacteria is not enough to help you do the job yet. So you need to do the job for them. You need to change the water, take out the ammonia, take out the nitrates that is building in your aquarium, and then you top it up with fresh water to balance it out again. This is extremely vital in the starting stages because you just don't have enough beneficial bacteria just yet, right? Be patient. They multiply fast, but you need to give them time. 3 to 4 weeks is certainly not too long, right? I mean, you're gonna have plants to look at first. You're gonna have hardscape to look at first. And 2 weeks, maybe you can add in your algae crew. That's your first sign of life in there. And then after that, you add in your fishes. Relax. I know you. I know you. But relax, it will come. The third part to this, right? I wanted to talk about something that I get asked a lot. I have a tank, I just want to keep fish. Right? There's nothing in the tank, I just want to keep big fishes. I wanted to keep like fishes but no hardscape, no nothing. No fake decor, no nothing. Just an empty aquarium with water. How can there be ammonia buildup if there's nothing breaking down? My plants are not melting, the soil is not giving ammonia, nothing is going on. But sir, there's a reason for everything, right? Actually, even in any water that you put in there, right? When you add in any tap water conditioner, it clears the chlorine, clears chloramines, and clears fluorides, and a whole other all these toxic heavy metals and stuff like that, right? But actually converts chloramines into ammonia. So it's kind of like removes the chloramines, but it actually added ammonia into your tank, right? I mean, this is so for even normal aquariums, but it's able to handle that. But when you just start out, right? So your water has been dechlorinated. You can't use tap water, obviously. You've dechlorinated your water, but all the chloramines have been converted into ammonia and it's all living in your tank. And you have not enough beneficial bacteria still, right? You're still trying to build a beneficial bacteria colony. It's the same logic, the same reason why you need to have cycling going on. That first 3 to 4 weeks, that's so important. And obviously at the start, you have to do your water changes diligently so that you can achieve the 3 to 4 weeks perfect cycle. So the second thing I wanted to talk about is also on mature aquariums. Your mature aquariums, right, you have water parameters that are slowly changing as time goes by. So I take this aquarium as an example, right? So the KH is around 1, GH is around 5, and the pH is around 7. Ammonia 0, nitrate 0, nitrates is around 0.25, so that's okay. So take that as the equilibrium, right? The baseline. But over time, say hypothetically, I have cereal stones in it. My GH will naturally increase, my KH will naturally increase because this stone will naturally leach calcium and carbonates into the water, and that will naturally increase your GH, increase your KH, and then also increase your pH. I mean, you might say that pH can be reduced by CO2, right? If you pump a lot of CO2 in there. At its peak, maybe yes, you reduced it already. But then it's only momentarily, right? It's gonna lower your pH for a while, but once your CO2 goes away, then it will increase again. So by doing your water changes, you actually bring it back to equilibrium. Let's say it already increased, GH increased to 7, right? KH increased to 5. Then once you do your water change, you can actually reduce it to 3 and 5 respectively, right? Because that's the equilibrium you want it at. If your tap water is lower than the KH or a GH that you want, then you actually can remineralize, right, the water just to bring it back up to the levels that you want. So I mean, over time, this does help. I mean, this is when things increase. I mean, over time, things can decrease as well. And what you want to do is just bring it back to the equilibrium with a water change. I mean, you don't have to do it like super often, but at least you know that when you do it, you bring it back the aquarium to the best state that you want it to be. Okay, so I hope that covers why water changes are that important for your aquariums. I hope that you will actually take this and also make it into a habit of yours also when it comes to keeping aquariums. Healthy aquariums, better skates, better enjoyment, better life. So if you like this video, you like this kind of topics that you talk about, or you simply love aquascaping, right? Feel free to leave a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate, and the channel will really benefit so much from all of you. So thank you so much for watching, keep scaping, and bye for now.